being here.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
Thank you. Every time there is an attack, such as the one that happened yesterday, I know myself and all other Muslim Americans ask themselves the same. They say to themselves the same thing. They say, "Please don't be Muslim." We feel so much fear that the attacker will be Muslim, and then we will be blamed for what happened. We fear that we will be looked upon differently because of these events. We wonder, do our neighbors still accept us? Do they hate us? And we wonder how many more of these attacks will they withstand before they don't see us the same way again. But yesterday, my first thought was a little bit different. Yesterday, because the attack was so close, my first thought was, is my brother okay? I wondered, before anything, if the people nearest to me were okay. And it wasn't until after that that I could even think about the politics of it or who the attacker was. And so it made me think about how we Muslims, we are not just, we're always seen as perpetrators of terrorism, but we're also victims of terrorism as well. And because of that, we suffer twice. The Muslim community suffers from terrorism, and then they suffer again for terrorism. They suffer when they have to worry about their friends and the family and themselves and their own safety, and then they suffer again when they worry about how they'll be perceived and how they'll be generalized. You see, this feeling has followed me my whole life, my whole adult life. I have clung to this story about where I fit in my country, how accepted I can be, and how politics can change the way people around me see me and see my community. And for years, I have clung so hard to this story. I have treated it as a part of who I am. And then I began to morph this story into a narrative of me versus them. Me versus racism, me versus xenophobia, me versus Islamophobia, me versus all of the people who would not accept me, who would not accept my existence, who saw me as other and separate. And so, from this feeling, I treated it like a fight. I treated it like a war. I would treat every internet argument like a fight. I would arm myself with facts. I would use accusations of racism almost like a cannonball. And I would fight not necessarily to understand, but to shame, to make myself feel accepted and to convince myself that I belong. And I was right. I was right. But in my rightness, I forgot to be kind. I forgot that people would not just listen if I called them racist. People did not listen to me when I just argued and shamed them. The truth is, here I am after years of feeling right, but rightness and internet arguments and being convinced in my own validity isn't what made me feel welcome. People did that. Love did that. The people around me. You see, fighting the way I have didn't dismantle oppression. Calling people racist didn't end racism. I fought oftentimes just to feel better for myself. But today, I am trying to fight hatred by fighting it first within myself. And I know that's not necessarily the most popular message today, but when I look back on the things that changed me, the things that made me a more accepting person, the things that made me fight for all of you, to recognize that women's rights are human rights, the things that made me want to not just fight for, but celebrate my LGBTQ brothers and sisters, it wasn't an internet argument. It wasn't an argument at all. It was friendship and love. It was being around other people and being near other people. You see, where we are together, hatred does not win. Hatred thrives in separation. Ignorance fuels extremism. Hatred is thwarted by love. And though for a year now we've said love trumps hate, I did not love enough. I didn't love as well as I could have. And I suspect a lot of other people didn't either. So today, I'm not asking you to give Donald Trump a chance. I'm not asking you to normalize white supremacy or white nationalism. I'm not asking you to give up on your ideals. I'm asking you to give your neighbors a chance. I'm asking you to give listening and kindness a chance. And I know that we're tired, and I know we're angry, and I know that this election and this past year, these years, have left a lot of us feeling hurt. But I want to tell you all that you are bigger than your hurt. You are stronger than your anger. Your fear is your ability, is your opportunity to have courage. And your pain should motivate you to have compassion. So today I want to ask you all, brothers and sisters and friends, to stand up for kindness, to stand up for love, to stand up to free both the oppressed and the oppressor from the systems of oppression. I want to ask you to fight in a new way, to fight with kindness. And for one, and today I'd like to ask you just to humanize each other. Thank you very much.